And now for business, Sandra Sinamapene is here. Sandra, FDA is asking us not to buy some tomato paste.
Quite alarming. The Christmas season is here. Festive season.
Which ones are
There's an Aisha one in there. I want to know whether you're producing Aisha.
I'm going for the mama and papa one.
All right. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm here for business. My name is Sandra Esinam Afeno. The Food and Drugs Authority has ordered immediate withdrawal of 16 tomato paste brands on the Ghanaian market. A statement signed by the Chief Executive Officer of the company says FDA says these brands contain ingredients such as starch and color and that are not permitted in tomato paste. Let's take a look at some of the brands that we have here, 16 in total, and they are Alicia tomato paste, double concentrated, Aisha tomato paste, Snow Red tomato paste, Shalom tomato paste, Mama and Papa tomato paste, Juliet tomato paste, Start Time tomato paste, Daily double concentrated tomato paste, Prestige tomato paste, Royal Lion double concentrated tomato paste, Richie's tomato paste, Green Garden tomato paste, Rococo tomato paste, Nano tomato paste, Tasty Family tomato paste, and Ma Bravo tomato paste. The FDA said that all affected companies should recall their respective products from the market. Retailers are also immediately called on to return any affected product in stock to their supplier. The FDA recommends that the companies that have already taken the appropriate measures to recall their products from the market. Meanwhile, the FDA says it will continue with its market surveillance activities and updates the list in due course. We want to stay more on this development and get on the phone lines to speak to an authority from the FDA, and I've been joined by Rodrigue Dade Ajay, who is the acting head of food division at the FDA. Thanks so much for your time, sir. All right, so we're talking about the tomato paste that have been found to contain some ingredients, especially starch and color, and the list are Alicia tomato paste, Aisha tomato paste, Snow Red tomato paste, Shalom tomato paste, Mama and Papa tomato paste, Juliet tomato paste, Star Time tomato paste, Daily double concentrated tomato paste, Prestige tomato paste, Royal Lion double concentrated tomato paste, Richie's tomato paste, Green Garden tomato paste, and Rococo tomato paste, Nano tomato paste, Tasty Family tomato paste, and Ma Bravo tomato paste, in 16 in total. And FDA is actually calling on persons who have the products in their possession, retailers, to actually return them. And I have been joined on the line now by the acting head of food division at the FDA in the person of Rodrigue Dade Ajay. Thanks so much for joining me this evening. Quite a number, 16 in total. How popular are these brands on the market?
Sorry, I missed, good evening, but I missed your tail end.
I'm asking 16 in total, quite a large number. How popular are these brands on the market?
Well, I'll not be able to, that will be a marketing, should I say, function. But we as regulators know that these products are on the market. And like we said, it's not only these. We are still analyzing, but as we come up, we will let people know what is happening.
All right, so when did you discover these ingredients in the brands that you mentioned, and do we know how long they've stayed on the market?
Well, you know, for Food and Drugs Authority, we have what we call the market surveillance. We buy products and then check. When they are registered and come onto the market, we, from time to time, pick them and then check to make sure that they are just as they were registered. And so it's in the course of that we, came across these. The history of every product would depend on when it was registered.
Right. Are they registered products?
These ones that we've come across are products that are not registered. Our porous borders, we picked them and then we saw it. And whatever we picked, we don't really focus per se on only, let me say, registered or not registered. We pick whatever is there. Yes, so that is our first, the first thing that we do.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about how they entered the country or the market in the first place, but you spoke about the border issue. But how harmful are these ingredients? You spoke about color and also starch. I've heard stories and people have been alarmed by these ingredients because they said it can cause hypertension and cancer. Is that the case?
Not exactly like that. When you talk about starch, when you talk about erythrocin, these are all used in the food industry. But the particular challenge we are having with this one is the fact that they were put in the product and not declared. And then number two, they are not even supposed to be there. It's a way of cheating people. Then there are also the issue of the health effects, and I'll explain. Now, when you buy a tomato paste, you are really interested in buying so much of tomato. You don't want it adulterated.
Right.
And so it is, when we say tomato paste, it comes along with a standard. And the standard.
So you mean they don't contain any harmful ingredient that can cause any problem to the consumer?
Yeah, it should not contain anything that would harm the consumer. But what we also have to know is that when you talk about, for example, tomato paste, and then what people are calling tomato mix. Now, the tomato mix is really having less of tomato paste, if you understand. It has been, a lot of things have been substituted. And that is a grade of product. When you talk about tomato paste is supposed to be purely just the tomato.
All right, quickly before you go, let me ask you this last question. The issue has to do with compliance and also monitoring. Are you well resourced to monitor the situation on the ground to ensure that all these products and then the companies comply with your directive?
Yeah, within financial constraints, we are working and doing our best. The government resources are still could do with more. We need more resources. As we have right now, we are making do with it. And actually, it's with what we have that we were able to pick on these, and it has far-reaching consequences for the manufacturers.
All right.
As well.
All right. Grateful for your time. Mr. Rodrigue Dadeje is head of food at the food division at the FDA. So do take note of those products, 16 in total, and make sure you don't buy them for the festive season. That's how we wrap up the first half of business. I'm back after 8 p.m. with more business news.